welcome to another fan fiction of mine. Hope you guys are enjoying the amount of content I'm putting out. On the weekends, it's a lot easier to make stuff and put it out. So I can put like 2 a day on weekends. Especially if one is short and one is a bit longer. So that's what I'll do. On weekends, I'll give you like 2 a day. Because it's really fun to write them for me. So it's not like a chore. It's more like something I enjoy doing. So on the weekends, you guys can get like 2. You'll obviously get at least 1, but you guys might even get 2 if you're lucky. And I have a lot of time on a weekend. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. And then on weekdays, 1 a day still. But hey, that's still pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed this one. It's Visitor. It's marichat, because marichat, I think, is personally my favorite and also does the best on the channel. So it's a win-win. I get to do something I enjoy, and you guys like, and I get positive feedback from you guys. So I'm going to stop making you guys wait and be annoying. I'm not going to beg for likes or subscribers, but I will not complain if I get them, as always. And I want to say thank you for 60 subscribers, because that means like so much. Let's just start. Visitor. One night, Chat needed to talk, and he knew that the only person that treated him like a human was Marinette. She didn't care about him being a hero. She was friendly and welcoming every time he'd run into her. She would be caring and wouldn't even ask for a thank you, let alone a selfie. He was feeling down about his mom, so he went over to see if she was free. She was on the balcony, thinking of Adrian. He dropped down behind her. "Hey, princess, can we talk?" he asked, hoping she wouldn't mind. "Of course. Are you okay, kitty?" she asked, noticing his eyes. They looked full of pain. She walked closer and hugged him. "You don't need to tell me. I'm here for you." She played with his hair. He started tearing up. "My mom, she passed away last year, and I miss her so much." He cried a little. That night, she was there for him. He trusted her enough to be vulnerable. That's more than he trusted his dad. From that day on, he visited often. They even had exchanged numbers. He used one that was only for him as Chat Noir. Whenever one of them was down, they supported each other. They told secrets. They trusted each other more than anyone else. They soon became very close. They even fell asleep watching movies together every once in a while. He felt protective of her. They started dating and met up every day in secret. It was hard for both of them. They couldn't go out, and they couldn't share his identity. And he couldn't share his identity. Even if so, it was worth everything and more. It was hard for Adrian to pretend he wasn't close to her. It was hard for him not to run up and kiss her, but it had to be this way. Later, her class knew she had a boyfriend, but she kept it silent. It was a regular day in class. Marinette was running late as usual. "Good morning, everyone. Today Adrian won't make it, and we have a very special visitor," Miss Boucher said. "Hey, everyone," Chat walked in. Everyone was so excited. He looked around. "Where's my princess?" He couldn't see Marinette anywhere. Everyone looked at him confused. "It must be moi. I'm the perfect princess. Isn't that right, kitty?" Chloe said. "You can't call me that. It's supposed to be can, but I accidentally wrote can. You can't call me that. Only 2 people can. Bugaboo and Princess," he said. Just then, Marinette ran into the class. "Sorry I'm late. I overslept." "Kitty?" She looked at Chat Noir. "You can't call him that, Mary Brat. Only Ladybug and whoever Princess is." Chloe looked at Mari. Marinette giggled. "Is that so?" Everyone looked at her so confused. Why was she smiling? Chat chuckled. "Yeah, it's true." He paused. "Princess?" He walked closer and kissed her forehead, then hugged her. "That's your boyfriend?" Alia yelled. Okay, let's get some learning done. You guys can talk at breaks. So Chat sat with Mari and put his arm around her all lesson. It might have been boring, but it was the best lesson they had ever had. At break, he and Mari walked to the courtyard together. He picked her up and leaped down. He wanted a head start before everyone started questioning them. How have you been, Princess? Are they still being mean to you? He looked towards Lila and Chloe. A few weeks back on one of her need support nights, she was crying over horrible things those two had said. As he held her that night, he felt sad. His childhood friends had hurt the person he cared about most. So, as Adrian, he paid special attention. He saw and heard everything he needed. He was so angry that he was going to make it clear that she was not to be messed with. So he called the principal and offered to spend a day in class. The principal leaped at the opportunity, and so there they were. Mari buried her head into him. She loved listening to his purr every time she got close. It was relaxing, comforting, safe. She nodded. They were still horrible to her every day. His purr was now accompanied by a growl. She squeezed him a little, and his growl disappeared. She let out a few tears as she thought of the two bullies. The class ran up and started asking her question after question. Questions after questions. She turned her head to face away. Chat looked down and then back to the class. He didn't say anything, but they understood. He pointed towards the bullies and then to Mari. They realized why she was so sad. The happiest person in Paris. The only one in class that hadn't been akumatized once. The same person was crying to her boyfriend, ignoring their questions. They all glared at the two bullies. They were all angry about the way they had always treated Marinette, but they couldn't do anything about it then. Now that they had a hero on their team, Chloe and Lila would be treated just as horribly. A few minutes later, it was time for class. The whole day, Chat stayed by Marinette. Even if she went to the toilet, he'd pay attention to the bullies, making sure that they didn't follow her. At the end of the day, she felt a little better. She was ready to answer their questions. The class went to the park for ice cream. They sat in a circle. Chat pulled Marinette into his lap. He wanted to hold her. He hugged her from behind. When were you two lovebirds planning on telling us? We want all the deets. Alia sat across from the two lovebirds. Well, I helped with an Akuma, and we started running into each other every once in a while. Then one day he saw me on the balcony, and he was sad, and I comforted him. He started coming over more often. We exchanged numbers. We started being each other's emotional support. We watched movies together and fell asleep cuddling a couple times. Then one day he asked me if I wanted to date, and I said yes. So we've been together for 6 months now, Marinette replied, sharing her ice cream with her boyfriend. They all stared at the two. 6? You have been dating for 6 months and never told me? Alia yelled. They exchanged glances and giggled. The next day, it was all over the news that Chat and Mari were dating. He felt bad. That night, they were watching movies. I'm sorry I put you in danger, Princess, he said. Oh, Kitty, I don't mind. I know you'll protect me. And, well, she pointed at her earrings. Why don't you come out, Tiki? She smiled. He saw the Kwame. He hugged her so tight. I love you, he smiled. She giggled. She had never felt so loved by someone. I love you too, Kitty, he transformed. Adrian? She smiled and hugged him. This was it. This was the perfect life. This was where they wanted to stay forever. Everything felt okay again. No, everything felt more than okay. Everything felt perfect. And that is the end of Visitor. I hope you enjoyed this marichat. I like marichat's best, as I said in the beginning. And thank you for 60 subscribers. And comment any ideas or anything you want to see. I'll try and take all your requests as seriously as possible. Well, so if you guys have an idea, go ahead, put it down there. And I'll try and give you credit if I remember, but if I don't, I'm really sorry, and just comment and I'll make sure to apologize and put it in the next video. Like, sorry, this video is actually an idea from that, but I forgot their name, so sorry. Sorry about the noise. I'm on a yoga ball. It's so much more fun to film on this thing. So I'm sorry if you're like squeaking during the video. I hope you enjoyed. I don't even know what else to say. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the views, all the likes, everything really. I'll post as much as possible, 2 a day on weekends, 1 a day on weekdays, and I'll see you tomorrow.